Hello again. I have, for at least 50 years or so, been something of a fan of Friedrich Nietzsche, the German philosopher. In Thus Spake Zarathustra, he wrote, "All of woman is a riddle, and the answer to that riddle is always pregnancy." I am aware that this may be regarded these days as a hopelessly outdated and perhaps even offensive point of view, and it is certainly not one which I held in my youth. Nevertheless, the longer I live, the more convinced have I become that Nietzsche was in this case spot on, and that it is in pregnancy and the rearing of children that women almost invariably find fulfilment. This does not, of course, mean that I think that this is all that women are capable of. That would be absurd. Although we remember the discovery of DNA as a triumph of James Watson and Francis Crick, it was the work of a woman, Rosalind Franklin, with her X-ray crystallography, which made their work possible. Then we recall too Marie Curie, who won not one but two Nobel Prizes, one in physics and the other in chemistry. I have not the least doubt that women are every bit as intellectually capable as men of achievements in science, mathematics, philosophy, or any other field which you care to name. Is this how most women find fulfillment and satisfaction in their lives, though? It is not, generally. For almost all women, Nietzsche's succinct saying holds true, and it is in pregnancy that women find the answer to their own personal riddles. I'm not, of course, saying that men do not also feel the desire to be parents, but it is not the primeval urge which drives women to have babies. The man's wish to have babies is of a different order and a different type. And yet, in the West in recent years, well, over the last 40 or 50 years really, women have been taught to suppress this natural instinct. The myth has been sedulously circulated that women should not feel that they must have children, that it is possible for them to live happy and satisfactory lives without becoming pregnant. It's a lie. The idea that careers can be a replacement or substitute for children is no more than a snare and a delusion. That having a family and a career is a recipe for sheer exhaustion and not having enough time or energy fully to enjoy either. The modern way, whereby women have babies and raise them with the aid of childminders, nurseries, and all other such arrangements, is not a satisfactory alternative for real family life, as many women have been finding out since the 1970s. The feminist movement has persuaded women that there is something substandard and stifling about being a mother and managing a home. This has compelled an awful lot of young women to suppress their natural instincts and delay marriage and childbearing, trying to combine it with working. I think most of us are able to look at the children produced by such a system and see some of the shortcomings of it. The ultimate manifestation of this pervasive feeling that pregnancy and childbirth is somehow second best and not something to aim for is seen when young women are drawn into the modern cult of transsexualism and are exposed to the idea that they can find greater fulfillment by mutilating their bodies than they can by having babies. This leads to women quite voluntarily undergoing double mastectomies in which both healthy breasts are surgically removed. There's quite a craze for this procedure in Britain at the moment, and it's often combined with the taking of a cocktail of drugs which can render them infertile. I hope that things will change in the future, but I will readily admit that I'm not sanguine about this possibility. The mischief of over half a century of indoctrinating women to pursue lives fundamentally opposed to their nature will not be undone in a hurry.